Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing a fragrance video and I just wanted to share with you my perfume collection. Don't mind that yoga mat in the corner, y'all. Anywho, this is my perfume collection, so I just wanted to go over a few of my favorite scents that I've picked up in the last couple of years, basically since COVID. Actually before that, but I think I've been more obsessed with perfume fragrances since COVID, and also just watching a few influencers, my faves like Pan Charles and Fumi, she's on TikTok, and a couple of people like Loewe+Face, and just a few people that I watch. And I have curated a very nice collection. So I just wanted to share with you a few of my fragrances. I'm not going to go over all of them. I don't even know how many I have at this point, but I do want to share with you the ones that, in my opinion, I will probably buy more, and I will probably buy over and over and over again, and I'll tell you why. So if you're interested in just learning about fragrances and what I have and what do you think and would you try them, just feel free to drop it in the comments and let's begin. So as you can see, I'm sorry for the camera setup, but I have quite an extensive collection that I have built and I'm so proud of throughout the years. A few of them, I've always been a perfume girly, but now that I'm older, I'm 41 now, I'm able to purchase the big boys now. And honestly, there was a time that I didn't even know that perfume was this expensive. I would say my very first expensive bottle of perfume was Tom Ford Black Orchid, and I actually got that through Groupon. That's why I was able to afford it. And I think at that time maybe the bottle was about maybe about $150 or something on Groupon, and that kind of catapulted me into expensive fragrances, and that has been a catalyst for it. So that was my very first bottle of very expensive perfume. Excuse me. But anyway, if y'all hear that my voice is kind of like scratchy, I don't even know if it's a cold, but I just want to say basically I need to stop vaping. That's what it is. I know that that's what it is, y'all. So anywho, yeah, that was my very first bottle of expensive perfume, and I have been so infatuated with that ever since. It is my all-time favorite. I at this moment do not have a Tom Ford Black Orchid in my possession, but I do have something similar right now from Tom Ford, but we'll get into that in a minute. But so first things first, I just want to go over my Chanel collection, y'all. As you can see, I have one, two, I have 4 bottles of Chanel perfume. But out of all of them right now, I would say my all-time favorite is this at the moment, is this Chanel Paris perfume. Now, and we'll get into the other ones in a minute. So this perfume is very much a baseline of floral scent. I don't have the notes in front of me, but I will probably drop it on the screen if I can find them. If not, just Google it, y'all. Anyway, I was on my way to a business trip and I was in an airport and I had time to kill before my flight because I had got there early enough. And so I was shopping. What do we do? That is also going to be my new that's going to be my new keepsake kind of thing. Like anytime I go somewhere new, or yeah, anytime I go somewhere new, I'm gonna pick up a fragrance in the airport. It's always a little bit cheaper to get the fragrances from the airport, so that's just like a FYI. But this reminds me, and it kind of like gives you that kind of memorabilia kind of thing, like where did I get this perfume, why did I start liking it? And this is because I went on a business trip. I didn't purchase it at the airport because I believe why didn't I? Oh, I know why I didn't purchase this time at the airport, because I bought something else that I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. And then let's just start with those. So we're gonna start with the fragrances that I purchased in the airport, and we'll get into everything. And also, these are also gonna be fragrances that I will purchase over and over again. So yeah, this Paris Chanel is just so amazing. I actually bought this for myself this year for Mother's Day. I kind of like said it was like a gift from Ja. I smelled it and I fell in love with it. I know people give Chanel a lot of crap for their scents, but I've always been a Chanel girl, and I always will be. It's just such a classic staple in my like fragrance collection, and it would always be number one will always be Chanel No. 5. I know everyone says, oh, Chanel No. 5 is so grandma, but I am from New York, and yes, that is how the rich white ladies smell when you walk in down Madison Avenue. That's exactly how they smell. And it's just kind of like a scent, you know, like you smell something or you see something. It brings me back to my childhood days of when I just wanted to be a rich woman that walked down Fifth Avenue and shop, you know, and do nothing else but that. So that will always be a staple of my collection. I will always keep a Chanel No. 5. That's actually a gift from my godmom, and I cherish it, and I always have that in my collection. Another Chanel fragrance that I got is the Coco Mademoiselle. As you can see, she is used. I like this because I typically wear this to work because it's very light and very rich bitch energy, if I have to say. It is very like, it's just floral. It's so floral and light. Very, 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 very light. I'm sorry, my nose is running a bit. But it's very light, and I think this is perfect for going to work. It's just one of those really feminine, light, fresh scents. It's amazing. And actually, one of my coworkers got this for me for my birthday. So shout out to you, Miss P. I appreciate it. And see, I use it, a lot of it actually. I actually also like to wear this to bed at night. You know, whether you're by yourself or you with someone, it's not so strong and overpowering. And like if you're in, you know, after your shower, you can spray yourself with it and it'll settle on your skin, and yeah, like it. The next one is this Coco Noir. So all my Chanel fragrances that I mentioned, y'all, is fragrances that I am going to purchase over and over again. So just FYI. The next one is going to be the Chanel Noir. It is like basically like the Mademoiselle, but just more intense. I actually picked this up because of Brittany, and her page is called Pockets and Bows, and she was just describing the notes and saying all this, and I'm a Chanel girl, so I'm gonna say, did I go in the store and purchase this, or did I just order it online? I think I just ordered this, y'all. I think I do that a lot. Like if somebody suggested, somebody that I like, that I watch, suggests something, I usually just go by whatever they say. So this was one of those purchases, and I love it. So this is more intense. This is more of like a night scent or a winter scent. So when the winter time comes in, I usually wear this to work, or I use this to go out to eat. You know, I mean, not go out to eat, but that too. But like, this is a winter scent more or less for me. I wear this way more in the winter because it's more strong. You know what I'm saying? So those are my Chanel scents. And let's move on to the next lane. So I do have my perfumes kind of set up. I know y'all can't really see, and I don't want to move the camera and mess up this little setup that took me forever to set up. But anyway, I kind of keep my fragrances in like the same category, like basically if they smell alike. Because I've been sorry, I've been layering a lot as of late, and I just feel like if something smells similar, I'll just put them all together so I can layer in that way. But let's move on. The next fragrance, again, I'm not going to go over everything I have. The next fragrance that I just actually purchased that I am in love with is this Loewe woman. I guess it's called 001. So y'all, I actually purchased this when I went to Mexico recently. When I was on my way back in the airport in Mexico, I bought this, and it's just like, oh my god, it is one of those scents. I told y'all I'm a floral girl, but this is like floral with like, and I believe it does have like a little pinch of like coconut. It just reminded me of my trip in Mexico. Like, so when I smelled it, and I was like, ooh, and the price was right because we were in Mexico. I did the price comparison because I looked it up on my phone, and it was like I was saving like a good $20 something. So I bought this in Mexico. That's why you don't see like a lot of it is missing, but I have been using it and I absolutely love it. This is definitely going to be a staple in my fragrance collection. It is very fresh. This is something I would say again, like it's very light. You can wear it to work. It's like an everyday scent, you know, but this is giving me very much vacation vibes. I love the bottle. You have like the little Loewe symbol at the top. This is that girl, y'all. Very light, something you can actually wear to bed as well, because it's fruity too. I don't know the notes. I'm sorry guys if in the next video you want me to add the notes. I just think that's tedious, to be honest with you. But this is that girl. It's very, very fresh and light with a little small hint of like a coconut. I could smell some type of fruit in it, and this will probably be ideal to take on a tropical vacation, like if you're going to Mexico, Aruba, Bahamas, wherever, an island trip. This is ideal. Another scent in the same setup that smells not exactly the same but it's similar, and I could actually layer this with that Loewe, is this Hypnotic Poison, y'all, by Dior. Now, initially when I bought this perfume, I was actually going to buy something else, and this stopped me in my tracks. It was not on my radar. It's so unexpected. I actually did not even buy what I initially was gonna buy because I was too mesmerized. This Dior Poison is so sexy, hypnotic. It's just, I actually just use this. I use this in the wintertime a lot. I don't know if y'all can see how low the bottle is, but basically it's like halfway through. Like, so this is going to be another purchase that I will buy over and over again. I cannot explain the scent. Oh my God, it's just so freaking like just captivating. Like if you going out with a man and you want him to be all over you, wear this. Wear this, y'all. I swear, wear this. Like, spray it all over you, spray it all over your chest and your neck. What I've been doing as of late is when I like, after I take my shower and I oil myself up with my Neutrogena oil, and I'll just spray like just this part, like your neck and then like your chest, and just drench yourself in it, and then put your clothes on and then spray a little bit. Is, child, even bring this with you so you can refresh yourself. But this is just like, I can't explain the smell. I can't. It's just such a like a, it's very light. It's very light, but it leaves a very good impression. It's like a, it's floral, but it's sweet. I can't explain it, y'all. I can't explain it, but just go and try it and smell it and tell me. And I know that they have different versions of it, but this is Hypnotic Poison. This, y'all, hypnotizing. That's why it's called Hypnotic. My next, I will buy over and over and over and over again, is the Delina. This is just the regular, I believe, Delina. It's not the Intense or anything, and it's, yes, it's the small bottle. To be perfectly honest with y'all, and I think I'm like at the midway part, this is so strong that you don't really need the, first of all, you don't need to use a lot of this stuff, and you don't need the big one off the back. I was literally like, at first I wasn't interested in it because everybody was jumping on it, and I was just like, I'm not getting that. But I smelled it in person and I was like, this is freaking amazing, and it's so strong. It is a very rosy, very floral. It's primarily rosy, and I love it because I told y'all I'm a floral girl. It kind of reminds me, my favorite flower is a peony, and it kind of reminds me of a mixture between a peony and a rose. And when I wear this, I don't wear this that often, and most of the time when I do wear it, it is probably when I'm gonna be around a man. And I like it because it's so like strong. You don't have to use a whole bunch. You just literally, like, this is not the perfume that you want to go, no, it's gonna be too strong. I would say boom, 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 and then maybe like on your wrist or just behind your back or something like that. You don't need a lot of this, but this Delina exclusive is something I am going to, well, I'm lying, it's not exclusive, but this Delina is something that I am going to have in my collection forever. I will buy this over and over again just because of the longevity, the scent, and you don't need a lot. You don't have to keep spraying and spraying. Like, this is something you spray 1-2 times. Will I wear it to bed? I don't think so. If I do wear it to bed, nah, this is too strong for bed to me. It's too strong to wear to bed. It's way too powerful. This is something that you can wear, I would say, out on a date with someone, or if you're going somewhere like maybe like a gala and you want something that's gonna last all day long or all night long. This is that girl. Next on my list, y'all, is this Homage Portrait. I don't think y'all gonna be able to see the name because of the way the bottle is, but it's called Homage Portrait, y'all. If y'all could see how much I have used of this bottle, when I tell y'all this is my favorite perfume, y'all, this is going to be my signature scent. I'm telling y'all right now. So when I make it big, just know that this is my favorite scent. It's called Homage Portrait Woman, because they do make a man one. I made a mistake and ordered the man one. And I'm trying to remember, how did I come across this? Let me tell you right now. I was watching Britney, Pockets and Bowls, and she had the Homage Sun, I think it was like Sun something. She had a different fragrance that she was reviewing. I went to the store. I went to Neiman Marcus to smell it, because I always like to, especially when I'm going to spend a piece of coin on a perfume, I need to go and smell it myself. So I went to Neiman Marcus and I was looking for the one that Brittany suggested. I believe they didn't have it. So I'm smelling. I was like, all right, since I'm here and I'm smelling the brand, like, let me just see what else they have. And I smelled this and I fell in love instantly. This is another one of the perfumes that I cannot describe. What is it about it that I love? It's kind of similar to the Hypnotic Poison, but it's a floral scent, very light and just different. This is the most different perfume I've ever smelled in my entire life, and I don't think anything is going to ever change my opinion. This is something that I think maybe it's just me personally, what I look for in a scent and what would be perfection to me in a bottle. It is this Homage Portrait. She's very expensive. She's very expensive. So just bear that in mind. I want to say she's about $360. And I believe, did I get it? So Neiman Marcus does do this thing, like every $50 you spend, you get something off or whatever. Anyway, $100, whatever. So I think I did end up waiting for that to take place before I purchased her. But I was like, I think I was literally not stopping myself, but I've just refused, because I want to say this is my most expensive perfume in my collection. This is my most expensive perfume. And I just couldn't do it, y'all. Every time I tried to buy it, I was just like, oh my God, I don't want to spend that much money. But I think I got this for myself for Christmas last year, and I don't regret it. This is something that I'm going to keep in my collection forever. It's very like, another one, I'm just speechless. Like, even if I knew the notes, it's just like it just takes me to a whole nother level. Anytime I wear it, people are like, what is that? Like, what is that you have on? And it's great. And I love when men stop me and say that I smell good. And this man actually was like, what is that? And I was like, it's Homage. And he was like, oh my God. And I was like, yeah. And he knew the brand. So that's always a plus. But yes, this is another fragrance that I will buy over and over again. If you guys want to try perfumes, just go to Neiman Marcus or Bloomingdale's. To me, have the best like perfume. When you want to try these like expensive perfumes, just go there and just try it and see if you like it. The next fragrance that I would like to talk about is this Tom Ford Cafe Rose. So Cafe Rose kind of reminds me of what I discussed in the beginning, my first expensive fragrance purchase, which was Black Orchid. This is what this reminds me of, but instead of, because I think Black Orchid is a little sweeter than this have like a little touch of like coffee in it. I think that's why it's called Cafe Rose, and this is amazing. This honestly reminds me of Delina exclusive, but with like a touch of coffee in it. So this is something that I do wear in the winter. I don't really wear it in the summertime. It's too strong. But this is definitely a winter scent, and it's something that I will buy over and over again because it's just a nice mixture of rose and coffee. Now, I know that sounds strange to y'all, but it works. It works. It really, really works, and I love it. And that's all I got to say about it. And I did get the small bottle because I think the big bottle is about $400 or something like that. And when I see, same thing with the Delina, I believe the big boy is probably like 3 or 4, but it's always good to for me to start out small, and that way if I'm not crazy about it, I don't feel as bad for making that bigger purchase. So that's another option. If you see that there's an expensive perfume that you want to try, I would say try the smaller version first if they have it, and then if you like it, buy the bigger one and go from there. Or you can just keep buying the smaller ones. I do kind of like the smaller ones sometimes, just in case I travel. I can bring them with me in my carry-on because I hardly check in anymore, and you know, you don't have to feel like they're gonna take it or whatever at the airport. The next purchase. So remember I was telling y'all before when I was in the airport and I was buying, when I smelled that Paris perfume. The reason why I didn't get the Paris perfume, I think because at the time I just didn't want to spend the amount of money for it. I want to say that Paris is probably about 130, somewhere up in there. And something else. This is another airport purchase. Something else caught me in my tracks, y'all. And that is this Hermes perfume. As you can see, it's almost gone. It is called Un Jardin sur la Dune. Let's see if I can get y'all to see it. Hold on. And I know I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. But this, oh my goodness. This is actually a citrus scent. And I'm shocked that I like it because I'm not a citrus girl. I'm not a fruity girl. I'm floral. But the way they formulated this fragrance is just amazing. As you can see, y'all, do y'all see where it is? Do y'all see where it is? It's gone. I need to get me another one. And I wear this so much. It's amazing. It's like a citrus, but it's fresh and powdery a little bit, and it's just like the perfect scent. I can wear this winter, fall, summer, spring. It's one of those fragrances. It gives you this, I like to wear this to work also. It's just very fresh. It gives you like this burst of energy, so to speak. I wear this to the bone. I want to say I got this, no, I probably had this for a year now, but I wear it so much. Out of all my perfumes, y'all, look, it's gone. It's gone. So it's time to buy a new one, and I'm definitely gonna buy the bigger one. So this is the one that I will be buying over and over and over again. Again, the name is Un Jardin. I'm gonna try to put the names on the screen, so at least you know you got the name, and then that's it. The next fragrance I have is this Maison Francis Paris, and this is Aqua Universal. This is the Batal, and this is, you see where it is, y'all? You see where it is, right? This is another one. Like I told y'all, get the smaller ones first, because these are like, this is like $200. Anywho, this is called Aqua Universal. Everyone buys the MFK, what's that, Baccarat Rouge. I don't like it. I've tried it multiple times. I do not like it. I do like the Baccarat Rouge. I think it's a different, I think it's 540, whatever. It's an intense version. That's better, but still not jumping up and down to buy it. Not to mention, I don't like to do what everybody else does all the time. Oh, I'm just wearing Baccarat. Oh, that's Baccarat. Like, be yourself. Go into the store, try the brand, and see what the one you really like. And this one did it for me. This is, I think this is a unisex perfume. Yeah, I think it's unisex, which I don't typically like unisex fragrances. I do not like them. I don't like masculine scents, but this one, it's like masculine, but in a very fresh way. I wear this when I go to work as well. That's probably why it's like used up a bit. It just gives money. It gives money, and that's the way I want to feel. I want to feel like I am a billionaire, and when you want to feel like a billionaire, this is what I wear. It is like very, very fresh. It's something in it that's like, it's another one that kind of like gives you like a burst of energy, like to wake you up, like. And not to mention, like, it just makes me feel personally like when I walk into the room, I demand your attention. This is more or less for business to me. Like, I wear it to work. I'll wear it to a job interview. I'll wear it when I'm conducting business and I'm dressed up. And I love it. It's something I'm going to keep in my fragrance collection forever. We're winding down, y'all. 2 more. The next fragrance is Celine. This is Loewe+Lancome+Hermes+Chanel+Tom. So I don't know what that means, y'all. Even though I'm half Asian, I don't know what that means. But anyway, this is called Loewe+Lancome+Hermes+Chanel+Tom. So initially, I went to the Celine store because I wanted to try a fragrance called Black Tuxedo, something like that. Black tie, whatever. What was it? No, something else. Anyway, I went into the Celine store to try something totally different because a few people that I watch on TikTok had mentioned it. And that's what I was going in the store to try. And when I went in there, I tried it and I didn't like it. So I started smelling other fragrances. Most of their fragrances are unisex, y'all. I want to say this is, I can't remember what the salesperson told me, but I want to say that I believe this is unisex as well. It is, yeah, I think this is unisex. This is like, I would say like, it reminds me of Chanel No. 5, but it's more masculine, if I had to put a number on it. So it's like a fresh, very, very, very like strong. This is something you can wear in a winter. You can actually wear this. I would say this is more for the winter to me. But I have worn it. I've worn it to work, of course, and because like I like to wear masculine scents to work. But I can't, this is another one, I can't really explain what it is. It does remind me of Chanel No. 5 though, but to me this is packs more of a punch, and that's probably because it's masculine. But it's something that is very different. It gives you very much sophisticated, old money, but with a little twist of Moulin Rouge in it. It's very, very sexy to me, and I think that a man or a woman can wear this fragrance. Like, it's amazing. This was a bit pricey as well. I got the bigger bottle because they had the smaller ones, but then they wanted you to buy this like perfume holder, and I was like, just give me the bottle. And this is something that I'm going to have for a very long time, and I love it. It's amazing, and hopefully you guys can give it a try. I don't know if any of the like the department stores sell their fragrances. I had to actually go to the Celine store to buy it, but it is one of those fragrances that is just timeless. And yeah, maybe even ask them for a sample. So my last fragrance that I will buy over and over again is this Givenchy. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I want to say this is L'Interdit, I want to say. And I actually was inspired to buy this by Jackie Aina. If you know, you know. Most people do know who she is. She's a beauty influencer, and now she actually has her own fragrance man. So anywho, she was doing a TikTok, and she said that she had picked this up in the airport in Dubai. I think that was the story. And I was intrigued. And so I want to say, did I go into the store and try this, or did I just order it? I want to say I just ordered it from Sephora. Every time I see stuff, I just add to my cart, and then eventually I buy it. But when I smelled this, I was like, yes, girl. Tens across the board. So this is a very sweet scent. Again, I told y'all before, I'm not a sweet person. I don't really like, mostly I'm like either clean, fresh, or floral. This is a sweet scent, but done in a very seductive, sensual way. This, for me, is actually a winter scent for me. This is either a winter or a nighttime scent. This is something that you wear when you're going out at night or in the winter time. I usually spray this all over my scarves in the winter, and like, yeah, it's heavy. It's very strong and heavy. So this is another one you don't need to use all the time. But it's just something that I think is unique. And for me, because it's just one of those instances when I get like when I do find a sweet fragrance that I actually like, I buy it, because it's not often that I like sweet, fruity kind of like fragrances. And I'll show you one more after this, because my best friend actually bought one for me that I like. Another sweet fragrance. Growing up, this kind of remind me of Loewe+Lancome+Hermes+Chanel+Tom. Again, that's when I was younger and I was introduced to these like fragrances. I used to like fruity stuff, but I don't as I matured. I'm more floral and fresh, but occasionally this gives me very much Loewe+Lancome+Hermes+Chanel+Tom. And I haven't smelled Lolita in a very long time, but this is what it's given. If y'all want an idea of what it smells like, that's pretty much what it is. But to me, this is a whole lot better than it. And last but not least, as y'all can see from my first collection, is this Lancome La Vie Est Belle. So they have a few different versions of this, but this is the one that my best friend bought me for my birthday, I think 2 years ago. This is a very, I'm spraying it because I just have to, yeah, this is a very sweet fragrance. Actually, this is what I was going to buy to the store to buy, but picked up this instead. Remember I was telling y'all, I was actually going to the store to buy this, and I ended up picking up that instead, because that's more me. This is very much a nice, a sweet smell, kind of on the Loewe+Lancome+Hermes+ vibes. But to me, this is better to me. It gives me, but if y'all, like I said, if y'all trying to like get a sense of what it smells like, it's like that. It's sweet like that. But this is more to me like sexier to me, and flirty and fun, which is what Loewe+Lancome+Hermes+ is as well. But to me, this is like just so much more better. I don't wear it as much. As you can see, I had got it like last year because it's a winter scent for me. It's a winter scent for me. It's too strong for the summertime for me. But I have been, you know, using it, not as much, because I told y'all I'm not a sweet person. And not to mention, y'all, I don't freaking go anywhere. Like, I don't. And then like my other perfumes that I wear, where do I go? To work. That's why the ones that I told y'all I wear to work is more used. But occasionally, if I'm feeling like, you know, I just want to smell sweet that day, maybe I'm going to treat myself to something or something like that, or I'm going to, sometimes I even spray myself when I go to bed. But this is a very good scent as well. And like I said, it kind of gives you the Loewe+Lancome+Hermes+ vibe. So that is it, y'all. I have way more stuff. If you want, I can do everyone, but I actually kind of slow down, y'all. Like I slow down and on the perfume buying. I do have my eye on a few things, but you know, I just try to wait until like Christmas time. I'll treat myself or something like that. I did actually pick up a Nest scent the other day and thing, but it's like a body mist. I didn't even know they had body mist. And the girl just told me they just came out. So FYI, and then a new replica just came out. So maybe we'll have to do another review. Maybe, I don't know, maybe early next year, something like that. But who knows? Who knows what life may throw at you? Maybe I'll get a gift. We'll see. Anywho, thank you guys for watching my fragrances. The fragrances that I will buy over and over again. If you want me to do a video on my whole entire like perfume collection, we could do that. I'll just exclude the ones that we just went over and we can go over them. But I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.